Hi, everyone. My name is Maclay Scaljon Martinez, and I'm the head of school at St. Paul's Episcopal Montessori School. I am going to be presenting virtually today because I am out of town. So I've recorded this in advance to talk to you guys a little bit about how things are going at the school. So first I want to introduce myself. I grew up here in San Antonio. I moved to Austin, lived there for 14 years, and then my family and I moved back to San Antonio in 2018. I am a mother of a 5-year-old named Ander, who's a student at St. Paul's Episcopal Montessori School. And you can see him in this picture. My husband, Alex, is a special education advocate at Brighton Center. So I grew up as a Montessori student here in San Antonio. I went to Montessori school through 8th grade and then went to an Episcopal high school, TMI. I grew up in the Episcopal church also. So St. Paul's is a really beautiful fit for me. When we first moved back to San Antonio, I was the upper elementary lead guide. So 4th, 5th, and 6th grade teacher here at St. Paul's for 2 years before becoming head of school in 2020. So a little bit about the structure of our school. We have mixed age groups. So we have a toddler community that is 18 months through 3 years old. We have primary, which is what we call our 3 to 6-year-old classrooms. That's like pre-K and kindergarten mixed together. After that, we have elementary, which is up to 6th grade. We have lower elementary, which is 1st through 3rd grade. And then we have upper elementary, which is 4th to 6th grade. Our school currently has just over 80 students, which is great. That's about 10 or 15 more from where we were last year, which was our first pandemic year. So we're definitely pleased with getting our enrollment up a little bit. Some basic principles of Montessori are listed here. You'll notice that we have mixed age classrooms. And so that's a wonderful opportunity for students to learn from each other, to hold a lot of different roles in the classroom, and to kind of be met where they are developmentally. They have the ability to work on work that's more advanced or less advanced, depending on what they need. The Montessori materials are all hands-on, so our students are learning through their hands and through their experiences. They're not just sitting at desks being, reading textbooks or being taught on the whiteboard. They're also receiving lessons that are individually designed for them. So children are actually receiving individualized education in our classrooms, which is pretty incredible. And our classrooms are set up to allow children independence, and that's a really big part of the Montessori classroom is freedom and independence in our environments. So they have a lot of responsibility and a lot of freedom with it. So next I wanted to just touch a little bit on the financials of the school. We did have a loss of enrollment during the 2020-2021 school year due to the COVID pandemic. We have gained a lot of those students back, which is fantastic. We are still working to recruit more students so that we can kind of be at our ideal capacity. So we're hopeful that by fall of 2022, we'll be back to where we want to be. That's definitely had a big impact on our school finances and our school budget. Last school year, we actually had a few staff members who had retired and were leaving, and we just didn't replace them. So we had kind of a skeleton crew last school year. But this current school year, 21-22 school year, we've actually been able to fill all those positions. So our staff is back to its pre-COVID size, which is wonderful. Including in that group of new staff members is Rebecca, who is our music director. We had kind of put our music program on pause during that first pandemic year to kind of see what COVID meant for our singers and things like that. So we're happy to have her on campus, bringing music to students of all ages. And then at the beginning of 2021, so 1 year ago, we hired Jose Macias, who is our development director, and he's been doing really tremendous work helping with our development and advancement. and helping bring that fundraising money in. So we're grateful for his hard work. A recap of some of the fun events we've done this school year. We have every September, we celebrate International Day of Peace in the pavilion with our students. And then at Halloween, the last 2 years, we've done a trunk or treat in the parking lot, which has been wonderful. And I know some parishioner families have attended, and that's just been a real fun time. So hopefully we'll see some of you there in October. Every fall, we also have our golf tournament, and parishioners participate in that as well. So if you are a golfer or you know golfers, please feel free to reach out to us. We'd love to include you in the 2022 tournament, which will be in October. This year, we were able to bring back our Grandparents' Day performances and celebrations here on campus. So that was in November, and the children sang a performance in the church, and grandparents got to go back to classrooms and see their grandkids work. And it was just really beautiful and fun to have our families back in person. And then for the Christmas celebration this year, we did a Las Posadas, and it was a beautiful celebration of singing throughout the campus. We ended in the church with a service there, and then did a potluck in the parish hall. So it was really beautiful, and piñatas, of course, on the playground. So that was a lot of fun, and we'll definitely do that again at the end of this year in December. Upcoming spring semester, we have a few things to put on your radar. Our elementary students are participating in the Paint to Music contest that they do every year with the San Antonio Symphony. The actual symphony performance has been canceled, unfortunately, for February, but the children still sent in artwork for the contest. Every February, we also have our science fair. And so this year it is called the Explosion of Knowledge Science Fair, and that will be in the parish hall in February. In May, we have an exciting new literacy-based fundraising experience called One for the Books, and that will be a dining fundraiser in the parish hall and also over at Lambermont. So we'll definitely be keeping the church updated with information on that event. And then Miss Rebecca and I just sat and planned some dates for primary and elementary students to actually do musicals this year. So they'll be performing some musicals in May. And that's it from me. You are always welcome to reach out to me. My email is here, mmartinez@stpaulsmontessori.org. And Jose is on here as well, advancement@stpaulsmontessori.org. Reach out to us if you're interested in any event planning, board committees. If you're interested in helping volunteer at our school, I know some of the parishioners come over and do reading buddies with us. We also have done some, grounds and playground days in the past. So anyway, we'd love your help with any of that. So feel free to reach out to us, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your meeting. I'm sorry I'm not there in person, but I hope to see you soon.